Hello everybody and welcome to this, your Libra January 2025 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, Clairvoyant. Well, this month I have a great deck for you. It's full of surrealistic art, which can often be very weird, but this is very approachable and great, I think, anyway, and you'll see why in just a second. So we'll enjoy this together. Now, you know, of course, that I provide clairvoyant readings to people from all over the world via FaceTime and Skype, and they go for about an hour and a half. The details are in the description below if you're curious. I also provide, and I charge for those readings incidentally, but what I do not charge for, and which is provided for free with no obligation, no expectation, nothing being sold, is the spiritual gift of healing. It takes about 45 minutes. Now, you might just be at your wit's end with something. It could be emotional, it could be physical, it could be to do with work, it could be to do with relationships. It could just be that you've run out of fuel. It's a blank slate. The gift is provided to me on the basis that I use it, that I get nothing in return, and that I'm like the vehicle to provide the compassion of the beloved such that relief is obtained. Now, there are no video advertisements breaking their way into this content. So look, don't be shy. If that healing calls out to you, just get in contact with me, because lots of people make use of it every day. I tell you what. Now, there are no video ads breaking their way into this content. Did I mention that? And you therefore get to enjoy the experience direct. We're going to take 5. So show me the magic. My friend here, the 9 of Pentacles. This is the 9 of Wands. Here is the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 and 10 of Pentacles. I say, here we are. What's this? The Wheel. Well, probably not surprising in the context of those Pentacles cards. And here is the 8 of Swords. Well, I'll bring the camera around, shall I, so that you and I can have a good look at this very interesting artwork on these cards together while I do the reading for you. Well, this looks just fantastic for you this month. Just lots of gain and good luck. Turning point for the better, which is good for you this year, isn't it? But look, nothing comes for free, and it wants you to clear your mind of a few things, dig into yourself to prepare yourself for the opportunities that come and make themselves available for you to capitalize upon. Now, let's have a look at this first. This is interesting. I don't have any reason in particular to look at this other than I haven't seen this before. This is Jupiter ruling the first decan of Gemini, that 21st to the 31st of May. Now, Jupiter, as you probably know, is the ruler of Sagittarius, and it's 100 Sagittarius on the zodiac wheel, and Gemini. They're diametrically opposed to each other. They're in opposition, and opposition is probably the most difficult aspect that one can have in astrology, it seems. So Jupiter is weakened, and this really inquisitive nature of Gemini inhibits Jupiter even further. The other thing is that Gemini is an interesting aspect, an interesting energy. Gemini represents the third impulse of the divine coming into creation to cause, to bring about manifestation. And in the process of that, everything is just split apart. Things fly everywhere in all directions, so that there can be directions. So there can be up and down, positive and negative, light and dark, male and female, big and small, all these things. So that there is difference, because difference is necessary in order to bring about attraction, and attraction to then bring about reproduction and to increase manifestation. But what happens is that it's a really scattered energy, you see, Gemini, with all due respect to Gemini natives. And the weakened Jupiter in this environment might make you think that you can't get what you want due to too many, that's a Gemini aspect of it, distractions, which frankly may or may not be brought about by yourself. There is, in a sense here, almost like a feeling of self-sabotage or a fear of failure. Quitting before you start because you think you're going to fail. Maybe some problems with endurance or worry about thinking too much. Difficulty in making a choice, perhaps. You find yourself having to choose, I think, between two alternatives of apparently equal merit. But you won't come to a decision by thinking about it analytically. Your doubt or fears of making the wrong choice constantly destroy your inner clarity. Maybe you are lacking a little bit of endurance for a moment, which you need if you are to sort out this confused situation. Maybe it will seem that no matter where you turn, no really good solution exists, and that the more you try to unravel the tangled ball of wool, the tighter the knots become. Now, I think what's really happening is that worries are controlling you rather than you controlling them. A stressful thought comes along and cracks the whip, and you instantly obey. And the mistake you make is to think that if a negative thought comes along, that there is no other option but to focus on it. Now, the problem with being humans is that our brains evolved from a time when we were cave people running around and scared to death about everything going on. So remember that we have a negativity bias within us. Your brain has a negativity bias in it, which is, oh, there's going to be a problem. Oh, this isn't going to work. Oh, just stay away from saber-toothed tigers and whatever else is running around ready to eat you or kill you. And your information processing software has literally kind of evolved to turn up the volume on bad news. It is telling you that the threatening, even if this is imagined, that the threatening and scary thing always takes precedence. And that is a cause of overthinking things here, which is what I think is coming about. Now, another reason it can be so hard, I think, for you to escape this vicious cycle is that anxiety causing your overthinking works in very clever and subtle ways. It feeds on your worst fears. Now, you might have noticed that your overthinking is set off by some very specific triggers. This might be your insecurities about your personal capabilities, your relationships with certain people, or your physical or mental health and stuff like that. Simply trying to suppress your thoughts when they're running wild often results in the opposite outcome, and you start thinking even more about the things that you're worried about, don't you? This might sound like a helpless situation, but it is not. The hand of the beloved is coming in to put you back on your feet. But the beloved will be doing it in partnership with you, as is the case with everything that happens in that realm, which is here and everywhere. Now, what is this? The Nine of Wands. This looks to me like this is the beginning of this process getting underway, because it is the moon in the second decan of Sagittarius, that 3rd to the 12th of December. Hey, I actually have a moon here. In the numerology of 9, I have a mystical association with the moon as well. So there's a double lunar influence here, as the Moon is ruling both the astrology of the card coming into Sagittarius and also the numerology. And the moon is about depth, the power you now have of gaining, I think, strength through unifying both your conscious and, because the depth of the moon, also your unconscious energies. There's a wholeness with you now, a determination, a strength of character, courage under fire to dig deep and do away with all of this stuff because you have such good things coming up for you. You are never down for longer than a moment. I think you'll be defending what you've worked for. And there's a great belief in yourself at the moment as well. Now, there are hidden powers within you that are now awakened and that can be applied towards a particular purpose. Now, you recognizing these unused potentials sets free more energies, which are experienced as new and unusual things. It is a strength that grows from within. And the force of this newfound strength banishes the darkness of ignorance. And when the unconscious becomes visible to you, you can be faced with some things that you have covered up in order to avoid looking at them. I think you know what I mean by that. And sometimes that can produce a little bit of uneasiness with you, but you can overcome any adversity there. It may also be here what I'm thinking is like, there's a fear of failing painful wounds that you've covered up and hoped to forget. But there may also simply be fear of your own yet unproven strength, which is actually going to be going into all the areas of your life, reorganizing your life. And this budding self-realization that comes about, that is just not going to allow any return to any familiar situation of weakness or ignorance. You overcome adversity. And it is the case, as I say, that because you're digging into your subconscious, because of the double lunar influence here, sometimes there are some painful things that can come up. You see, your thoughts, what you think about, thoughts give rise to feelings. And feelings give rise to behaviors. So what you think can add to what you feel, can determine what happens. You see how it works? It runs in a bit of a circle like that. And if you're feeling pain, remember, pain is a way that you get to remove the poison that builds up in your life over time. Just like you prune flowers and remove all the thorns from them from time to time, these moments of pain are designed to prune you, to help you look inside and outside of yourself for something more meaningful, and to learn to live for others more than you live for yourself. I mean, it may come as a surprise to you to know this, but the divine mission of everyone here is to be of service to others. But always remember this in this context. Do not forget to be kind to yourself. Always remember to be forever grateful to your ever gentle, fragile, yet ever powerful heart that, despite everything, stays with you while you climb the biggest mountains within. It still sings, it still whispers, keep going, you are needed here. And by the feel of it here, that strength that you dig deep to in is rewarded. And it's rewarded how? What's coming through here? Shall we see? First of all, There is, of course, the planet of Jupiter, the great benefic in the solar system, which brings about expansion, luck. It's also bringing you abundance, prosperity, and fortune. Here now, for this time of year, it's perfect, of course, that there are new beginnings and expansion for you, great creativity. I see a great breakthrough, self-realization, which has clearly come about as a result of this process here. A few ups and downs, of course, but there's a life-changing meeting that's likely to happen, I think. There's a wisdom also that's coming about within you, which is a result of the unification of your passions, your animal passions and instincts, as well as your mental powers. There really is now this is a turning point in your life when I think things have perhaps not been going so well. It's a change of fortune. That's good, is what I'm getting from it here. That's good. There is, I think, an unexpected change coming along, which is going to be favorable, but it might not necessarily seem that way at first. So just be on the lookout and be ready to act on any unexpected opportunities. But I'll say this about opportunity. Opportunity does not hang around waiting for the unprepared. Opportunity always sends out an invoice, a bill. It has opportunity it charges a fee. And the fee that it charges is, give me evidence of your preparation. Then I'll allow you to make use of the energy that I have. So that's what opportunity will do for you. But this change is about to happen. You may need to alter your present course, I think, or change things around to set the stage for the right outcomes to come into your life. And understand, of course, that if you struggle against the course of life, then you can go down. Now, if no miracles are happening, then something is wrong. I think you stand before the possibility of a great breakthrough now, so use the moment. And are you really ready for the great fortune? And what's standing in the way? Say this to yourself. I am a prosperous individual. I am flexible in times of change. I enjoy manifesting internal abundance externally, because abundance, which created me, is what I am, so I am now ready for the miracle of my life. Now, excuse me, I'll just bash my head into that. Lots of Virgo around here. Lots of Virgo. This would be Venus. Venus in Virgo. The second decan of Virgo, which is the 3rd to the 12th of September. Well, look, you would be aware, because it's your planet, that Venus is, and incidentally, because it is your planet, it's particularly good for you. Now, Venus, you know, is concerned with love and money, and these are expressions of your values, aren't they? Venus, however, Venus is actually the most occult and mysterious of the planets. It's the sister planet to the Earth. You know how the symbol for Venus is the circle, like that, with the cross underneath it? Well, the symbol for the Earth is the circle with the cross on top of it, like that. Not many people know that. But with this circle and the cross underneath it like that, there's this push down into matter and enjoyment of everything that the world has to offer, including the satisfaction of your physical desires, your drinking, eating, the good things in life. Lots of physical activity, mainly between the sheets. And this is talking to you, I think, here of a gain, reward for your efforts, realizing your goals at this time. a sense of, well, I see what's coming after it, so it's not a surprise. What's that? That's Virgo as well. I think that might be, well, I'll come into it in a second. I think it's Mercury, but it's a sense of self-sufficiency with you. And you'll find that projects, situations, and relationships, they all come together to produce material gain for you. So there's gain, bonds, physical, sexual bonding, bonds of love. The wisdom that comes to you at this time is also instilling in you the knowledge that the more I give, the more I receive is actually true. Now, in addition to all of this good news about material things, and who doesn't like those, there's also this aspect coming in that I see here, that your highest task, in a sense, during this period is to realize yourself. And this happens in carrying out the special tasks which are assigned to each of us. Retreating from your life's tasks out of fear or a desire to remain comfortable actually means denying yourself. Gain comes also from giving willingly and lovingly. And giving in this sense means also giving yourself up to the beloved, giving yourself fully to life. And the cosmic law of wealth is, as we mentioned, hereby fulfilled, that the more I give, the more I receive. Lots of good luck and good management of your financial affairs brought to you, courtesy of Virgo here. I think a lot of karmic reward coming your way. Financial security, in a sense, I think, after a lot of hard work and planning on your behalf. But understand that if your knowledge and creativity are filled with love, then you're going to gain from all situations in life. And the more deeply you are engaged, the more comprehensive your insights are going to be. Now, do you actually know what your highest goal in life is? Can you write it in one sentence with concrete, abstract, no abstract words like happiness or anything? What actually do you want? If you know what you want, you know what 99.9% of the world does not have any idea of. They don't know what they want. If you know what you want, your life becomes 95% easier. But understand that everything that happens today serves your growth, and the more you give, the more you receive. Now, I did say it was Virgo, didn't I, in here, and I think that's true, and I was starting to say Mercury, and that's true as well, which is great because Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. It's also exalted in Virgo, so this placement, this placement is very, very favorable here. I'd say it's the third decan of Virgo, incidentally, the 13th to the 22nd of September. Now, you'll have great communication skills, thanks to Mercury, and good organizational ability, thanks to Virgo. So there is success and abundance with this. There's a richness here, feeling of abundance and wealth and prosperity, maybe a small inheritance, maybe a small lottery win, a supportive and tight-knit family, good for people in family businesses here. And I think that what this is saying is that you have a boundless inner treasure within you. So let it come out into the world. Let it be reflected on the material plane. So this energy can, I think, here also either be high energy or low energy. It's high energy if you're applying this sense of wealth, great gain for the benefit of other people, or alternatively it can stagnate if it's just a sense kept within yourself. Look, incidentally, do you know that you have attracted to you everybody who is a part of your life, and you have created every situation in your life, and you create your own reality. The wealth in your hands is your own to do with what you like. The responsibility is yours, and you are endlessly wealthy. Now, do you know about your inner wealth? And do you share it generously? Write down, yes, with a pen. That's one of those things that I'm still stuck with. Pencil, piece of paper. Write down all the qualities which constitute your inner riches. Rejoice in them. Be thankful for them. And say this to yourself. I am internally and externally rich and free, and enjoy everything thankfully and in surrender. What a fabulous, fabulous time for you. Well, it's so much better for you being here. Well, didn't I tell you that was interesting art, and I'm sure that you would have enjoyed it as much as I did. Now, of course, the new calendar year, and my best wishes to you all. Now, unless I see you again privately, either for a clairvoyant reading or for healing, then I'll see you again next month. And until then, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, it's bye for now.